These are the most important products that you can have as a mountain biker that are all under $50.
Some of these products are the top sellers. Actually, a lot of these are top sellers, but we couldn't just take like the actual top sellers, the boring stuff like brake pads and chains and stuff like that. So
Tire
we got
sealant.
the tire sealant. So we got the actual kind of cool, exciting stuff that might enhance your ride or your bike or something like that.
Top selling and or important and or unique and interesting and all under $50, sort of.
Nailed it. Missle Anus. This is one of our favorite categories of all time.
MISSLEANUS. You would expect a miscellaneous category to usually go at the end of a video like this, but in this particular scenario, it just makes sense to go first. So miscellaneous products under $50 that are important for your bike. A fender. This is actually really, really convenient to keep mud and poop and other things off of your bike and have your tire not fling them into your face. It's quite nice. There's a lot of bolt-on options depending on the fork you have, which look really clean and nice. Fox makes them for the 40, the 36, and the 38, but not the 34 or the 32. I don't know why. This is me personally complaining, Fox, why don't you make a bolt-on fender for the 34 and 32? Tell me why. If you have one of those forks, you need a zip-tied-on fender, which is a ton of good ones like that. But anyways, amazing upgrade or just a thing to have on your bike under $50.
Gotta have a fender, gotta have one. What else is really nice, and it's gonna improve your ride, is a volume spacer. You can get a volume spacer for your shock or your fork. That's gonna be in your air suspension, your air fork, air shock. It's a great way to tune your shock. For instance, aside from your air pressure, sometimes you can get that desired air pressure to get to your sag, but if you're looking to tune the ride on the trail, you know, not have it bottom out as harsh, add a little more progression into your suspension, volume spacers is gonna be where it's at, and pretty much every major suspension company has their own version of volume spacer.
Yeah, and they're very cheap.
And they're very cheap, which is nice.
Cheapest possible way to tune your suspension,
yes,
aside from adding air to it.
Exactly.
But they might be less expensive than a shock pump. I don't know.
That's right.
You need a shock pump anyway.
You need a shock pump anyways. Something that a lot of other people also really enjoy are tire inserts. These Tannis inserts are some of the most popular ones we actually sell. They're also under $50. And interestingly enough, this insert is actually made to be used with a tube, which is very rare. And so for all you non-tubeless riders out there, this is a very good product that'll help kind of insulate your tube from the exterior of your tire for punctures and, I don't know, nails and whatever sharp, pointy things you might be running over.
Prevent some flats.
Prevent some flats, add a little bit of, you know, sidewall support in there somewhere.
It's all yes.
You be the judge.
A very miscellaneous product that made it into this video because I think it's cool and important is a SRAM hydraulic line cutter. If you ever work on your own bike and you bleed your own brakes, or you buy a pair of new brakes, you need to cut the lines, which you're going to because the lines come really long out of the box. You need to cut that hydraulic line and you need to do it with a proper tool. There's two versions of this, the regular one and the professional grade one, which is just probably has more longevity to it and made out of metal rather than plastic. Both of those are under $50. Great tool to have in your toolkit. Speaking of other random things, crank boots. These are very cheap and very nice to have, especially if you have carbon cranks. You don't want to be smashing your carbon cranks into rocks. And this is a little condom-like protector for your carbon crank, but also good for alloy cranks because you don't want to ding it up. You don't ever want to ding your tip.
No.
Better go to the next category.
You must protect at all costs. Next category, ride-saving essentials. Because sometimes you are out on your ride and stuff happens, you gotta fix your bike. So that's why we're here.
Yeah, all this stuff doesn't come with a bike when you buy a bike, and it's really important to have because if you get a flat or something comes loose on your bike, you just really need to have the right stuff to fix that. And here are the most important products to do so, starting with the strap, which can hold this stuff to your frame. This happens to be the Occam Apex frame strap, which is our personal favorite. I think this is the absolute best design frame strap ever. It has a boa. You can take it on and off from one bike to the next without disassembling all your stuff in there. Just clean, fancy, nice. You can cinch it down really tight. We love these things so much, we actually contacted Occam to make us a custom one with our logo, which is pretty cool. But under $50, the best strap out there, hands down. No Velcro, none of that shenanigans. Boa stuff.
Nailed it.
What you need in there,
that's right,
is a tube.
And the
Just
Tubolito is the best-selling tube that we sell. It is a lightweight tube, much lighter, I would say less than half the weight of a normal tube, and also much more compact, so you can put it in a wider variety of areas, including your strap, your pack, whatever you like.
2/3 lighter and twice as strong, it says, with better air retention.
Wow.
It's also just really small, so in terms of your on-bike storage or your ride-saving essentials, this is a great tube to stuff in there, which you will only need in the event that you have a disastrous tire issue. Usually you can fix your tire issue with your plug kit.
That's right.
Which brings us to the WTB Rocket Plug Kit, which is a $44.95 fantastic plug kit, and also happens to be the sponsor of this video. Thank you, WTB, and thank you for making a killer product that makes perfect sense for this video. Tell them about the Rocket Plug Kit.
That's right. This is actually genuinely the best plug kit I personally have ever used. So many times you get the little bacon strip kits, you can't really get it in there, it comes out when you try and plug it in. This one has a very unique design, similar to others, but unique by itself, that actually captivates, what am I trying to say here? The anchors in your tire with the bacon. So it stays in there, plugs the tire, and you keep on riding. It's really nice. We have a little video here.
It's quick.
It's quick.
And it's easy.
Quick,
you don't have
easy.
to you don't have to be a surgeon to make it work. Which
No.
is like the old school bacon strip tire plug thing. You basically had to be a surgeon to make that work. But this one, you load it and you just go
Exactly.
like you're seeing on screen now.
Exactly. This one's even already preloaded. You can, oh, wrong side. You can actually have this thing ready to go, preloaded. Look at that, with the bacon already in there. So you get a flat, boom, throw it in there, you're good to go. Very impressive little piece of kit, WTB.
Comes with two
very
different
impressive.
size tips.
Yes.
And a whole bunch of bacon strips, and then you can buy more reload kit, more tips, and more bacon strips.
That's right.
So
Very well thought out product for mountain bikers, and well, gosh, anybody who runs tubeless tires would love to have one of these in your kit.
what you'll also love to have is a good multi-tool. There's a ton of those that are really, really nice under the $50 price point. Some of the coolest and most popular ones are this one from 1UP.
That's right. This is the 1UP EDC Lite. You basically swap out your existing top cap on your fork. This little guy goes in there, and then you can store a little multi-tool in there, which is really nice. That's why this is a top seller, is because of the convenience. If you need to tighten up a bolt really quick, it's all right there ready to go. It's a little bit different than the original 1UP EDC carrier that you had to thread. No, just forget that. This, you just knock down your star nut a little bit, this goes in there, and boom, you got a nice little multi-tool in your steer tube ready to go at all times. So it makes sense why this is a very popular item.
Super fancy design.
Super fancy to Speaking of which, fancy designs.
Least but not last for your ride-saving essentials is a pump. CO2s in the last handful of years have kind of just like faded away. Like, yes, they are faster sometimes, but they're kind of environmentally unfriendly and just cumbersome and not that convenient to use. And if you've ever used one, you probably know why. While at the same time, pumps have gotten lighter and more efficient and just nicer and smaller and more compact. Lezyne makes a ton of pumps under 50 bucks that are amazing to just tuck into your ride-saving essentials kit. Yeah, we both have a Lezyne pump in our kits.
We do. This is the Pocket Drive Pro, which, as the name implies, fits right in your pocket, which is really nice. Or on your frame strap like Jeff does, or you can mount it underneath your bottle cage, which a lot of people do. So, wow, talk about a great alternative to CO2. It's always ready to go. It's always on your bike. Don't have to worry about, oh, did I use my CO2 last time and didn't refill it? No, it's always ready to go. Boom.
And everybody knows us mountain bikers have plenty of practice using a pump like this. Had to.
Brother,
Next up,
Where'd you put the dropper lever?
contact points.
We were going to include dropper levers because dropper post levers that are really nice and high end really make a good difference in your ride experience. And then we realized that there isn't any good ones under $50. We thought this 1UP one was, but we realized that didn't include the clamp. So I guess it doesn't really go in this video.
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer there. But you know what's not a bummer? Is that tubeless valves are also really great
Focus.
to put on your bike.
And they're under 50 bucks.
And they're also under 50
forgot
bucks.
to mention them earlier, so we just decided to toss them into this category, and it makes no sense.
You know what else is extra great is a tubeless valve that has the valve core remover in the cap. And that's all I got there.
But an actual contact point, which is important, is pedals.
Pedals.
And crazy enough, you wouldn't believe this, but you can buy amazing mountain bike pedals for under $50. Composite pedals became a thing 7 years ago-ish, and it's amazing how much less expensive they are. How much less? How
much less expensive?
Sort of makes sense, right?
How much less expensive?
They're incredibly durable. They still have sealed bearings, replaceable threaded pins, all the things that you would expect out of a flagship premium mountain bike flat pedal, but because of the composite material, they're way less expensive than their aluminum counterparts. And yeah, you need some really good pedals. There's a ton of good ones under $50. For example, some of these Trail One Vortex pedals, or some of these P&W range pedals.
Range.
I was going to call them the loam pedals, but those are the aluminum ones, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Ton of great composite pedals that are all under $49 or $49 and less.
That's amazing. You know what else is under 49 bucks? A really nice set of grips. You know, a lot of bikes come with just like absolute bottom of the barrel grips. It's like hanging on to your handlebars with like electrical tape.
Yeah,
it's like, why would anybody ever want to do that? Well, for a little bit of buck, you can get a really nice cushiony grip that really just conforms to your ergonomics and gives you a really nice, pleasant riding experience.
If you're curious about the top selling products in any of these various categories, or really in all categories, every year we make a YouTube video called the Top Products of the Year, and we actually rank the best products by popularity for every single possible category, and we usually go like 5 to 10 down. So if you're curious about that, it's on our YouTube channel. We make it usually in like January, February-ish of every year. So the one that came out 6-ish months ago is still very relevant if you want to see like the actual most popular grips in the whole mountain bike world, or the most popular valve stems or tires or suspension or wheels or handlebars. Check that out. Anyways,
it is a great video. Really
grips,
great video.
Grips make a ton of sense to have really good, nice ones, and yeah, they're often less than $30.
That's right. And you know what you hold on to with your hands with the grips? Gloves. You put gloves on your hands.
Gloves are another very important thing to have a nice set of, something that fits your climate and your preferences. Preferences. Can't speak very well today. I had it going for most of this video. The ones that we made, we own the brand KETL Mtn Apparel. This is our second rendition of a glove. This is a super lightweight, very breathable glove that has full touchscreen compatibility on all fingers, which is really convenient. Not just that little tiny thread that doesn't work, but it's actually baked into all of the palm material.
Wow.
Mesh material on the top. Suede palm material, touchscreen friendly, little rubber grippers on there. Also durable enough, so if you crash in these things, you can actually like help your hands out a little bit. Very nice set of gloves, can improve your ride experience, and it's always less than $50. So are a good pair of socks. Socks are killer, whether you're like a Sock Guy fan and you love those crazy various designs that Sock Guy makes, which some of them are really funny. I give their creative team credit because it's impressive how funny some of those Sock Guy socks are.
They are.
Or you want something a little bit more bougie and high-end that can work for all sorts of different stuff. KETL Mtn makes 3 different socks, some for cool weather, fair weather, and warm weather. Tri-blend merino product made in New Zealand, which is super fancy when it comes to odor resistance and staying dry and drying fast and keeping your feet extremely comfortable in treacherous conditions.
That's right. These are also actually probably the most durable socks I've ever had.
Yeah,
I mean, they go for years and years.
They last forever, which is part of the whole KETL thing, because every single product has a lifetime warranty and repair policy. So no matter what you do to it, KETL will repair it for life, for free.
Use it, abuse it, love it. And speaking of loving things, I think that's the end of this video.
If you love your mountain biker friends, please share this video with them or hit that subscribe button or a thumbs up. It genuinely helps us out. If you have any questions for us, contact us anytime, drop a comment, hit us up on the website, give us a call. See you later.
That's right. Peace.